how are you doing? It's a girl, Owamie, and welcome back to another episode of To Hell and Back. If it's the first time joining us, you're most definitely welcome. Please do make sure that I subscribe and obviously hit the bell. I absolutely love you. If you'd love to come and, be part of our show, there's going to be a banner here that has got WhatsApp numbers and also an email, but shoot that WhatsApp and my PA will sort you out and book you so that you can come and also share your story. Now, today, we do have a familiar face. I'm sure some of you guys have seen him, but we're here with Lucas. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm coping. Let me say I'm coping.
You're coping.
I'm coping. I'm human. I'm coping, but I'm getting there.
Is it?
I'm getting there. The train is moving.
The train is moving.
It's moving.
Lucas, I want us to get into this chandy, but before then, I want you to just tell us, who is Lucas?
Okay.
Where were you raised? Siblings. How was your upbringing? Who are you?
When you speak about siblings, right? I just had a post on my Facebook yesterday to say that my little sister comes before me. After me, got married at 21 years and she has since been with her husband and happily married. Then there's me, the elder one.
Pumangena, in and out.
Hey, born. Guys, I'm Lucas, born brought in Limpopo, right? Grew up in a very traditional family that went to a traditional church.
Okay.
So I was raised by my grandparents. My mom dies when I was 16 years old.
Oh, I'm so sorry for that.
There are this traumatic childhood that comes from how I grew up. One of them was when my mom died. You know what? I never spoke about how my mom died. My mom dies. My father stays 1, 2, 3 states away. We don't have a relationship. Just 3 months before my mom could die, there was a maintenance court order against my father.
Okay.
Ask me. That man never showed up. That man never paid. Just 3 months after that, my mom dies. We go to court. I call him, "Hi, Dad. I just got back from school and my mom just died." He said, "Oh," I hung up. Never heard from him. And I grew up molded by my grandparents. I grew up with 2 little sisters going to church, singing songs. They kept me going. They kept me going. And finished my matric in Limpopo and came to TUT. When I get to TUT, graduate application, I so apply. There was no money for the applications, right? I get there, I'm asking myself, Lucas, where to? You can't go back to the villages and take a gap year. Take anything that you come that is available. I was in some course. Every single time when I went to class, I was always like, me here? What are they talking about?
What was the course even about?
When I was always confused every single day in that stream. It was contact center management, but every single day, I was not aligned.
Okay.
That misalignment, right?
Yeah.
Now I'm in TUT. My little sister is in matric. Man, do you go high? No one is waking at that time, right? There's no breadwinner. My grandma calls me, "Lucas, little sister's in matric. How is school that side?" I'm thinking, "Gogo, I'm not coping here because I'm from the villages, the varsity life. I can't adjust well." I remember I only had 2 pence. Staying in Atteridgeville, traveling Kamahutu to Solsville station from Mushongoville. That's like 8 kilometers walk, right? That used to be the young Lucas go varsity. And fast forward when I'm at that, I'm thinking, there's no money. Social backgrounds are not okay. I'm in varsity. My little sister has to go to varsity next month. I'm basically declared the next breadwinner. What do I do here? I'm thinking, I go Facebook. Poster online.
You took a picture of what? Your boobs? Okay.
Keep poster online, right? I'm trying to get money. And this is my life because I'm in varsity. I don't have money for a train ticket tomorrow. I have to go to school. I call my father, "Hi, Dad, I need money to go to school." He says to me that, "Oh, your stepbrother just called me now. I sent him money. He's in the University of Venda." That was always my father's family. Every time when I reached out, every time when the young Lucas reached out, the door was closed. That made me to be an angry, bitter child with resentment and self-hate. There were times where me and the young Lucas were not speaking to each other. There were times where me and the young Lucas, I looked at myself with so much hate. Looking at myself in the mirror thinking, what can I harm here? Should I just take a knife and maybe get. I grew up bitter. And the bitterness was from the fact that I can see betterment on the other side. I can see greatness on the other side. And I'm trying to reach out to the other part of the world to say, hi guys, I'm trying. Help me here. I'm struggling. But the door was just shut down up until I dropped out. I'm a dropout, by the way.
I'm also a dropout. So.
Up until I thought, let me drop out and let me get a job. Ask me how I got the job.
How did you get
You know when they said there's casting couch? I went through that route.
You casted a couch for a job.
Yes, I did that. I was young. I met this old man. Came on my Facebook at that time. Remember, I was young and petite and hot, right? This guy says, oh, where do you stay, by the way? I'm like, I'm in Pretoria. He says, oh, can we meet? Thinking, where are you? I'm in Joburg. Guy sent me money. I come to Joburg. He asked me, where are you coming from? So this is what we had in common, me and that old man. He had a degree in industrial psychology.
Okay.
And I loved psychology in general, right?
Okay.
So we had a lot to speak about. And also I was a manager within a call center space. And I was studying contact center management at that time.
Okay.
So there was that interrelation.
Alignment.
There was that alignment now.
Yes.
I go to his house, this man. Where's your mom? Tell him, mom died. Where's your father? He's, my father drives the ambulance. There was this time when I was, sorry to go back. There was this time where I was in primary school. Every single day after school, me and my friends will stop each and every ambulance that drove past on the road because my mom told me that guy drives an ambulance. Maybe I'll bump into him. That was the childhood as well. Stopping each and every ambulance. Is it him? No, that's not him. I see him. Lucas, those are my friends. No, that's not him. You know, that was part of the traumas as well, and longing for the belonging ship and seeking the father.
Yes.
Now, when I met the older man,
he became like a father. Daddy issues.
You know, that man, every time when I went to his house, he got annoyed with me because it's the first thing that I wanted. Can you please just hug me and hold me and keep me warm? Just put me on your chest, man.
How old would you say he was? Maybe?
He was on his late 40s. And I was 20. Yeah.
And you
late 40s.
Oh, late 40s. Almost 50.
Almost 50.
And you were?
And I was 22. I was young, man. But what I wanted was that warmth. Just for him to put me on his chest and say, hi, Lucas.
Was it black or white?
A black man.
A black man.
Okay. So, then through that, it taps into my social background. What can I give you? What can I offer you? What help do you need? And at that point in time, mind you, we come from a three-room house, 13. Ask me how we slept. We slept so terribly. It's malfunctional because on a bed, right? I will sleep, my siblings will sleep, my aunts will sleep, and they will cross.
Yeah, others are down, and then it's crisscross so that you guys can. Wow.
So now imagine, because now my little sister was a bully. You fuck up with her during the day. At night, she's gonna kick you on the bed because it was so bad. How I grew up was so bad. The only thing that I wanted was just a job to provide and take the family out of this black misery that we faced. This man was like to me, I can give you a job. I'm like, can you give me a job? How much you gonna offer me? And he says, no, it's gonna be over 15,000 a month.
What?
I'm like, not school.
15,000, and you are at the age of 22.
Yes, that was my first salary. That's why I normally say to people that they're young. I'm so humble, right? Because I know how hard it is, and I know how to be young and earn 15,000 at 21 years. I know how it is to be 22 years and earn 30,000. I know how it feels to be 25 years and earn over 40,000 and be 26 and have nothing. That was the story of my life. I've went through those chapters where I had money. Money was never a problem at some point in my life. I drove 3 cars and woke up with nothing. So there's that discipline that I've gained from the journey. This man says, I'll pay you this much, but you gotta come to my house after school. And I'm thinking, I don't have money. He says, no, come. I went to his house. I get there. He looks at me in the eyes, plays with my mind, psychology, plays with me, gets me emotional. I'm crying. I'm thinking about my mom because speaking about the death of my mom. While we at there, taking
your clothes off?
Yes, but I gave consent.
Okay.
Let's not take that away. I gave consent, right?
Okay.
But it was through those emotional conversations where he got the weakness out of me. But the nice part and the advantage was that just after the conversations and after the deed, you know, when people say, I've went through an interview, I got my job, I went through this process, now I went to a bedroom and I got a job offer on the very same account. I left that house with an employment contract. Come Monday, good morning, in a call center space. I started in a call center. I left his house with an employment contract stating that Monday you are starting to work here. I knew fuck all. But now the spirit and the attitude that I had was positive because now I'm self-taught. I learned from there. That's how I got into the industry. It has been hectic. It was a journey.
You know, I'm really more interested in, you said a lot.
Right? On this introduction.
You did say a lot, yeah, but I think, Uri, for me, first of all, I want to just say that I am really sorry, that you had to lose your mom so young, and I am so sorry that your dad was not, there for you guys, which that was very much unfair and everything. But I'm so glad that you did touch on that because it makes us understand you a little bit more. You understand? So now what I want to find out is that you are here, you're now working, you're earning 15,000 rands. I don't know if I should say, let me just say that somebody on top, because we're not about to get people's identities.
Yes.
Exactly. But do you then continue with this guy?
So I get into a workspace, right? On my first day when I get there, on the floor, I see a lot of gay guys on this floor. I see a lot of gay guys on this floor. I'm thinking to myself, did they go through the very same route that I went through?
Yeah.
I'm asking myself now, I continue work. That man was a pervert. They say he will give you the job, but you'll work for it. I worked for it 9 to 5 and also extra hours. When that man saw me with my peers going out for lunch, he sent a WhatsApp, where are you going to go back and sit? That man micromanaged my life. There was no peace. That money came with a lot of emotional abuse. He will say to me, right now, go to the bathrooms, take a photo, half nudes, send them to me now. I used to gym at that time. I go gymming. He video calls me, where are you? I'm in gym. Go to the bathrooms now. Strip naked. Let me see you. Okay, cool. Go back. It came with a lot of do's and don'ts. And at that time, I'm young. I'm establishing myself within this industry, right? I'm finding myself. I'm seeing my peers. It's like, I want you. And he's looking at me with that eye of saying, there's punishment for each and every wrong.
How would he punish you?
So this is how the punishment came by. Remember, there's process at work, right? He will pull me off work for his own sexual needs, right? For an example, let's meet at the bathrooms at 12. I'm on duty at that time. When 12 comes, I have to idle. Go meet him by the bathrooms.
And?
Cookie. Go back. Now, when he sees me with another guy, he's going to send an email to my team leader and say, hi, I know that Lucas was AWOL for an hour. Where was he? That's the punishment now.
And now, what are you going to say? Because I was with
you and I can't say it. And I have to go back to him and say, babe, how can I make it up to you? I'm so sorry. That won't happen again.
Oh, my God.
It came with a lot of punishment. And at that time, because I was young, I had his credit card for lunch and everything. He'll block it.
Sure.
He'll block it. It can embarrass me. The embarrassment. During lunchtime, I go downstairs with my colleagues to buy lunch, right? Go canteen. I'm loud. Everyone knows me. I'm bubbly. I'm talking.
When you go there,
I can actually take it. Mind you, with me when I was working, right? Mind you, I told you that go here, there was no house. There was no house, by the way. I'm working. I'm building home.
Wow.
So my whole salary goes home to build. Therefore, he's taking care of
you fully.
His accommodation is paid.
By him.
I've got a credit card for my living allowance on a day-to-day basis. When I don't comply to what he says, sometimes I'm just tired going through. Call centers are frustrating. You speak a lot, right?
Yeah.
I'm not in the mood to even engage with him on that day.
Yeah.
He'll just say, oh, okay, I'll find you. Then it cuts off the financial benefits. It was a pathetic journey. I wouldn't advise anyone to do it.
How was it though emotionally for you?
It was a lot. Remember now, I am paying for this job with my body. Because the salary that I'm earning is not coming to me, it's going home to my grandparents and my siblings. He takes care of me. I basically work to feed my family and I work on him to feed me. It was not a nice journey.
Was he a married man?
No, when there are gay men out there who are just fully gay, and remember, you cannot be gay and be over 30 and be broke. That's the thing. It's a gay man, fully gay man, but gay guys are making it out there.
And that's something that I've also seen. Hey?
Yes.
Why is it that gay men seems to never run out of money? What's going on with that?
We hustle, we are street smart, and we see opportunities where people don't see them, and we take a lot of the risk. We gamble a lot. You make over 30 and you are gay and you don't have money, you don't resign because you want to survive that industry. There's a lot of criticism
that comes within you guys.
Us. Remember now when I go on Facebook, right, and somebody says, there's this gay guy called Lucas Mudiba, they check. What is he about? How old is he? And if you've got nothing on a you will feel it. They'll make you feel it. So it is always the case that now when you are gay and you turn 30, you've got your life all figured out. There are social pressures, there are financial pressures.
That comes within you guys.
Within us, and they are so unnecessary because there's a lot going on within the gay community. There's a lot.
So now I also have a question of the guy, right? This man.
Yes,
you did say that when you got there, you got a lot of gay guys. So would you also see others go to the bathroom and it's times where he's also disappearing? Like, did you ever catch on?
This now where it got interested. I was assaulted on the job.
By who?
Beaten up on the floor.
By
his senior. Remember now I was introduced to an unofficial polygamy.
Okay.
I get there on the floor. They only know about bedroom. Okay,
because others are also
yes, that's the process to get a job,
okay.
Right? So I get there. There's tension between me and the seniors, right? And I'm asking myself, is this a personal tension? Because I understand that at work, you don't have to love me. But let's be cordial and civil. But the attitude was negative towards me and how they received me. And I'm thinking, is it because I'm just too cute? No, I can't be. It's not that.
Something more is happening.
I made friends. On his side, he's saying, don't make friends.
Okay, of course.
Don't associate with these people. Work. Go home. Now I made friends that are speaking on WhatsApp. Fast lane, we're always
yes.
Now I made a friend with his bay.
Unknowing to you.
Yes. So we go kaka lunch or I'm like, I need to knock off early today because I mentioned the name of I mentioned the area where he stays. I'm going there. What are you going to do there? I've got a boyfriend that side. I don't have got a boyfriend that side as well. We have a common interest.
Yeah.
Who is he? Who's that? Who is he? I don't know. Me and this guy have been together for this past 2 years since I've been in this organization.
But was he also having a credit card?
Na some credit card on that in. I can understand.
You know what? The favorite one is the one that's giving money.
I got the mullah.
You got the
I got the credit card and the abuse as well. Remember with his mom, cool, right? He was a mature gay man. He was old. He was over 30. I was 22. There's no competition there. You know what they say, right? So with me, I was still young. Now, no hakari here. You want to swing through the chandelier. I swing with it.
Yeah, that's true.
Those are the benefits, right? As well. So I now noticed that mom cool. Now I don't disclose when I'm in a relationship with him. I'm like, oh no, now I can go move.
Oh, so you lie?
Yes, I withheld or no. Mom cool, no.
Though that one is not mine.
Now I happen to date with someone again in the call center. I can now get explorer.
Okay, and also now you found out that I'm not the only one.
Yes,
got someone. But were you not scared that now they're gonna fire me because
it ended up there? So now I spoke out. I did a tell on from Miracle. I was not the only one who got slapped for a job. Now some guys came through to me. Over three guys came to me to say,
like they also
so
had
it was a pattern. It was a pattern for him to sleep with people and give them jobs. And immediately when you don't entertain him sexually, he fires you.
Okay.
That employer is not even on my CV even today because I'm embarrassed. Every time when I look at how I got entry and the experience, I'm like, shit, I'm taking this off my CV.
How long did you work there?
I worked there for 2 years. It was
2 years.
It was 2 years of hell.
But did you manage to build and finish the house?
Oh, can't do some dust. It's a very beautiful house with and suits. Remember my grandma is that in Bogoto who worked hard for us. I made sure that on a room I go hard on it.
Yeah.
She's got a very beautiful bedroom.
Oh,
no, the house is
you
finished.
know what? I mean, I feel like it's wrong for me to be like, well, at least, you didn't suffer for nothing. But,
the benefits. Remember when you do something, you do them for the benefits.
Yeah.
I was an adult.
Yeah.
I gave consent. I knew what I was putting myself into. And now those habits grew.
Okay.
Those habits now of wanting to feed off elder men grew in me. Because from him, I now put myself on the market.
Wow.
To say 1.5 a night, available. And I was doing this only to white men now.
You were exclusive to white men.
Yeah.
Why was that?
There's one thing I like about white men, right? At that time, I was young, kinky, wanting to experiment and explore. White people love exploring. White people loved exploring, and I had this friend of mine who hooked me up with these foreigners. They did nasty, weird things. And the money was great. They paid better for those fantasies. They served and lived for fantasies.
You mean who, white people?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's this one who did weird things, but the price was amazing. There's this thing I saw on Twitter about when you go to Dubai and they shit on you and they give you money. That one would shove grapes up my ass and say, fat them out, Lucas. And with each grape as it comes out is 1,000. Hey, count you, boo. You will fat them and you'll fat them and you'll fat them down. Some will get stuck in your stomach and get bloated. And who comes like, where are they? Are they not coming out? And you ask yourself, But was
it also a kink of yours? Were you also like intrigued to try new things?
For me, at that point in time, I was exploring, right?
Okay.
I was exploring and for me, I was saving a fantasy. Okay. I sold a fantasy.
Yeah.
If it made sense that with each grape is 1,000, why not shove 10 in my ass and give me 10,000? And it did, right? White people have got nasty sexual fantasies.
Yeah.
Nasty. And with each and every fantasy of theirs that you explore and there's a punishment and there are benefits. You excel. I'm talking about uhamba nesigodla semali. So that young Lucas was that person focused on making money. How do I get the next day to sustain me and give me the sugar? But as much as they gave the money, I paid with my body. I paid the price with my body. And social soul ties, sexual soul ties that are collected there. I'll leave my place so happy. Go to these gigs. You are so bitter at yourself. You are so tired. You're so frustrated. You can't even look at yourself. You feel disgusted by your own self because of all these energies that you've carried. That was me. Now I have to go to church. At church, they know me as well. Lucas, take out a hymn. It was traumatic, I told you. That childhood of mine was not a great one. And when I got tired of that life, right, I reached out again to my dad to say, please come and save me. Save me. I'm not okay. This is what I'm doing right now. And I feel like if you just come to my space and comfort me, I'll be okay. That man will say, baby boy, worry not. Give me your address. Hey,
he will never come.
Ndamlindu tata. Kishebile urinaketa utoka paramedic ayetla. Zangu umuntu azafika. Zange aze afika umuntu ndimlindile ukuba my father is coming to save me from this hell. And I will explain to him that I'm doing this and I don't like it. But because I need to fend for myself. I need to send money back home. It's pathetic. Nago has no one went to school. You know when they say a black child is breaking generational curses. I was one of them. In a family where they were saying there won't be anyone with no matric, I passed the matric. In a family where they said no one will go to varsity, I went to varsity. In a family where they said no one will work, I worked. In a family where they said no one will drive a car, I drove that car. I took my uncle to varsity myself. I took my own little sister to college myself. But at what cost? My body at that time. It was not a nice journey to travel through. It was not. I look at myself with so much resentments. There were times where me and God were also not speaking together because I asked God, I can see that nice picture on the other side of the world. That's my father's family. I am so broken within me. I am so torn. I want better. I'm trying. I'm hustling. I just want to mend fences and bridges and be better, man. Help me halfway.
Yeah.
When years went by, my father came back. And I was so happy when he came back. He comes back, he holds himself accountable, he apologizes, and he says, I want to do right by you. Hey, hey, I'm so happy, I'm opening, I'm welcoming, I'm thinking now I'm going to have a father figure. I've loved my dad. You know, I love that man even today. The love for him is so intense that it even hurts. It hurts because now when he came back to apologize and we made peace, he introduced me to his family. I got to see that this man is capable of being a father.
Oh, but he just was not a father to me.
This man is loving. These children are living their best lives. His kids went to varsity. His kids are graduates. His kids are stable. His kids don't have traumas. And I put myself as a doormat. I even went to an extent of reaching to the stepmother. You know, I always read about how evil stepmothers are. I thought, Lucas, bullshit that. You're going to reach out to this lady and you're going to establish a relationship. Because what? My mom died when I was only 16, right? That mom, I've never said mom.
Yeah, to someone.
To someone. I call her and she's like, what's this? God, it's Lucas. Oh, okay. God, no, mom, can we speak? Because I want us to start a relationship. Just like send me a WhatsApp. Can't you want to block umtu? You want to block umtu? Hi, I understand that you might have been angry because of that maintenance court order that my mom had before she died. However, can you start afresh and build? I love my siblings. You know, my brothers, I love them. This past December, my cousin says, Lucas, I want to come visit you in Johannesburg. I'm like, can you please come with my stepbrother because he's 18. We need to establish a relationship, right? Outside the family, the parents.
Yeah.
And baby boy says, I call my stepmom. Hi, can I please ask my brother to come so we can establish a brotherhood, right? She said, okay, it's fine. She called my father. You dare allow my child to go to that child of yours? She says, she's not going anywhere, not with my child. I do not want that bastard of a child in this yard. You know, she replaced me with a child from a first marriage. He benefited. When my car bent, I was coming from Limpopo, my car bends. You know what they did? My father gave him a car, gave the stepchild a car. When I lost everything and hit rock bottom, that child was cherished. And I asked my dad, are you aware that you are making me a person that I'm not? I'm not a hater. This resentments and this injustice and are you even my father to start with? You know, when they say there's a person who did well by breaking me, by rejecting me, by not loving me, it's my father. I don't know how it feels to be loved. You know, I went all over seeking validation. When my ex I was married, by the way, when my ex went to say, a cloud chaser seeking validation and slept his way on the top, he was telling the truth. Every time when that guy said, I love you, Lucas,
it was something
it hit deep. That love that he said, even though it was not authentic from his side, right? But hearing, I love you, Lucas, you matter. I appreciate you. I see you. I value you. I want to build with you. You are everything to me. That gave me the confidence. That gave that young Lucas that was yearning for love, that thing of saying, at least there's someone who sees you. Someone out there loves you. Someone out there values you. And now, all of those traumas led to an open void in me. There's this inner emptiness that gets dark. And when it gets dark on the inside, I get so depressed. You know, I'm a hyper person naturally, right? I just isolate. I don't speak with anyone. I just want to be left alone. And when I'm left alone, I'm thinking, I can't online, busy, thinking this will fill the void in me, and it never got filled. Up until years later on, I ask myself, Lucas, you have went through life, right? You have had your own losses and lessons. What have you learned? You are now aware that your father's family sees you. However, they are incapable of loving you. There's nothing wrong with them. They are naturally loving people, but not just for you. They can love.
But, you know, before, I'm so sorry to cut you. I want to just understand. So, your mother, all your mother's children, do they belong to your father?
No.
Okay, so you're the only child.
So, this is very interesting. You know, the dark secrets that black families are built on are scary.
Yeah. Oh gosh, if old people could wake up and tell real secrets.
Very scary. My mom was chased out of my paternals because she was a whore, right? At that time. My mom was a hot lady. Because she was hot. My mom was that girl in the village. She was
But
confident.
was she?
Was she a whore? Of course not. She was just hot.
Okay.
And guys wanted her.
So they started now putting, she's with this person, this person. Okay.
And remember at that time, they were being approached through love letters. So there were a lot of love letters in my mom's bag because boys will just shove letters in her, shove letters in her. That my aunt went on to find when my dad was kumsebenzini kanti kunje xa umntana kamama aphangela wena kuyahosha bakubhalela incwadi uyafunda apha ubhizi namadoda. That's how she got chased out, right? Because it was alleged or she's cheating on my father. I think my father hates me for that. I even asked myself, did my mom hate this man so much that he does not even want to see me? Billy, ask me this, right? When I was in primary school, my father has changed 5 cars. All of these cars, I know them name by name. He started with a Blue Master. That man will have this music in his car with people. Then, half so. Then, after I and drove off. Then there was this white Corolla.
Those old, but they were nice.
They were nice.
Yeah.
Because I recall all the cars he drove, the City Golf. Now, this way,
he has money.
He has money, this man, but not for me. He drove a City Golf. That's my father. My friends will say, that's your father. You know, I'll try to be visible, Owamie. When you talk this guy is coming in a visible space, right? And because I want him to notice me and see me and stop and say, hi, boy, how are you? How have you been? And he will drive so slowly as he's approaching. Make sure that you see me, my child, because I'm about to pass you and pass you with peace. He will just drive past. And every time I went back home to cry. And I give it to my mom will say, I told you, move on. I hated my stepfather. I was raised by my stepdad. My stepdad didn't love me. Because I thought it was the reason why my parents are not together. Okay. I hated him and gave him attitude. But that man provided. And I'm noticing this all later, years later in life.
Now you're
that man took me to school. That man provided. That man gave me a shelter, food on the table, and shoes on my feet. That my own father that was working in a fancy mall could not even do for me. Even today. It is hectic. It is hectic, I tell you.
But you know, Lucas, you had a very traumatic childhood.
Very.
Did you ever think of therapy?
Yeah, this thing is funny, right? Years later, 2021, I've got an uncle of mine from my father's side who died, was my educator. That man loved me so hard. Okay. As he dies, that's why I hit my first rock bottom now. He dies, I lose my car, everything that I had, I lost there. Now, his mom, my father's mom, we've got a very tight relationship. It was only my father. So the other family were good. Even today we're good. Okay. So my father's mom called me to say, Lucas, reach out to your aunt. Your aunt is an educational psychologist. Okay. When I called her, that lady opened the door for me. That lady put me through counseling. She paid for my counseling. She paid to heal my traumas. She paid to heal the young Lucas. She overcompensated for her brother. If anything that I can say about my aunt, she overcompensated. You know, she felt so guilty. Because why? They were 1, 2, 3 streets away. Yeah. How come they didn't see how broken this child is? Now in school where my uncle was a teacher, a t-shirt oversize. My mom bought me this t-shirt until 5 years because wow. My school uniform were bought in oversizes. Can you believe how funny I was because I was tiny? I've got this photo that I took and I look at myself like,
but was it also the same treatment that your other siblings got? They also would wear oversized.
Of course. Oh, yeah. Remember when I did beat? My little sister does not know her father. Even that does not say anything. Okay. I didn't say anything. I saw that look. I'm not being defensive, right? So, and this is why she does not know the dad, right? Remember, I'm born 1995, right? Okay. My mom leaves my paternals at 1999, when she was born.
Okay.
Now, quite funny because my mom was called a bitch. I'm not doing damage control for my mom. I want to give you the years. My father, the decent one, Innocentia Mazubuko, right? That was called Innocentia Mazubuko because it's innocent. Has got a child one 1998 that we knew that I knew last year. A stepsister of mine that arose from Norway years later. So I do the calculations. I'm born 1995. This one is in 99 when they separated. But before 1999, there's a 98 child that my father made with another woman because he cheated. Now, could you say that my mom cheated as well for revenge? Because you ladies believe in revenge.
Okay, so when your mother got kicked out, was she pregnant?
Girl was pregnant, but my and because years later on in life when I was growing up, right, there were 3 guys who came to claim my little sister. I tell you, they're coming to say, my mom's name came out, man. But she didn't answer. I was there.
Wait, Shumi, 3 men came to say they were the fathers of this child.
She
and
came.
When your mother fell pregnant, she was married, but 3 men came to claim.
No, Mara, my father started first. She was following the lead.
I understand she was following, which power to you, woman.
We followed the lead. Remember now when the leader is not leading the house?
She crawled so that Kadibu could run.
Nice support my mom.
You cheat with one, I will cheat with everybody.
I revenge you. Revenge is sweet, right?
Okay.
But now the sad part is that my sister looks like my father. But now
so there is a possibility.
Did
they ever even have a DNA test?
They didn't, because when I engaged my father, right, me and him do speak, right?
Okay.
I ask him, Papa, because he's not responsible. He does not want to hold himself accountable. He thinks he wants his money. Mama, how natural mang was soccer play. And I'm thinking, I should take into a soccer.
Sure, but I mean that also has to have a lot of psychological damage to your sister, because imagine living your life not knowing who your father is.
Quite funny, right?
She's the most well-adjusted.
She's the most stable person. Go high. Wow. She's sane. She got married at age 21. She's since been with her husband.
Did she get married to an older man?
No, she got married to a high school sweetheart.
Oh, okay.
She's one stable person, and I ask her, should I write to Utata? We call those 3 men that you remember from our childhood to come and do the test.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm okay. I don't need a father figure.
Wow.
So she's one stable person.
Yeah.
So I don't think that affected her.
Yeah.
Seeing that we were raised by a stepdad was present.
Yeah.
So she took the stepdad as the father.
So the stepdad is the father of the youngest child.
Of the youngest child, yes.
So this man, when they were coming to claim your sister, your stepdad was there.
Was still alive, yes. But this is the confusing part, right? They are coming. They came. Yeah. Ole aya atloko heso. And my mom just kept quiet, right? And she laughed. And I'm thinking, maybe get a question, let me judge her because I love her, I support her. Maybe get a question because my father didn't can everything. So we give 50-50 to care. No, there's no way we can crucify my mom over that. As I met that man, right? This other day I come back from school. What happened?
There's another one.
And
this one is from where?
She took the money, but she never said that's your child. That's the thing. She never confirmed anything.
Yeah.
Hence, we're still in the dark even today. Then I asked my grandma, Coco, Papa,
yeah, who's the father?
Coco says, at that time, your mom was teaching your father. However, we found love letters in a school bag. So those love letters, one of those, if it's not your father because your father was working from a mine, one of those love letters, or your father. But now, when I look at my little sister, right?
She looks like your father.
Years later, when I was waking, my father comes to me to say, Lucas, I just established that I've got a daughter who's 23 years old, who's in Tembisa. I've never seen her. I can't even say because of my wife. I want to protect my marriage. I drove for Limpopo. I went to Tembisa. I called that girl. I'm like, she looks exactly like me and my little sister.
Okay.
And because at the back of my mind, I still want to do the DNA. I now said, let me invite her and my little sister on a date and let's go out. They look alike.
Like twins.
My father, I'm with your children. He didn't respond to me. So I think because in his nature he's not a responsible person, he might know that there's a possibility
that she's my child, but he's just also like in a lot of denial, you know.
Exactly.
So hey, your mother must have really broken his heart.
I asked my aunt, do you think my father hates me because this man is hard? Could be that I'm a product of what? A product of cheating? Could it be that maybe when I was conceived? What's that word? Conceived. When I was conceived, I speak fluent English. What is going on with me? Can it be that when I was conceived, maybe she cheated before that? I also
maybe like, is he not my father then?
I questioned my DNA as well, because this man was never present at all. But then later on, it was confirmed that no, I'm his child.
So a DNA test was that?
No, with me, I'm his child.
Oh, okay.
With me, I'm his child.
There is a lot, Lucas, that is going on here. Hey,
I'm saying that the dark secrets that black families are built on are scary.
You might find that your grandmother even knows who the father of your sister is, but they will never disclose that. Which I don't know why old people do this.
Now, years later in life, right? We grew up in church, right? And I come out gay. I come out gay in this church. They're against that. I've got my 2 aunts who are church dropouts who are now sangomas.
Wow, from your grandmom?
My mother's siblings.
Okay.
I'm staying in Soweto at that time. I'm waking. I go back to Limpopo. I found my aunt very sick. I said to her, please come this side so I can take care of you. Can't in your guys on teacher. I
What did she do?
I was fed much to change my sexuality each and every single day. You know, one day pego girl. What's that gay place called? There's Faraday. The place turned into Faraday. Every time she cooked, she mixed Caucasians. Because they have to deal with the gay Lucas, because no one is gay in this family.
And you are actually having her come because you want to help
nurture her. Because her and my mom were very close.
Okay.
I wanted to
so
nurture
she was like
her.
a second mom sort of.
Yes, I wanted to nurture her.
So how did you find out that you were being given Muti to change you so that you can stop being gay?
Remember when you do things comfortably, so every single day you lose your conscience, right? It got there where she lost her conscience. And Lena was not changing. Hana di chela, okari dimong la ufebe nelezo wa wes. Mona di chela, ena di chela nebara imtagaba uhamba madoding.
Yeah.
Ha di chela yama doding, right? This other day I come back, I'm tired, I'm sleeping, right? Because I would go on Friday and come back on Sunday. And at that time, drugs were introduced in my life because of Ubufebe. Remember, I'm servicing these white people.
And those guys, they are into drugs.
This other
not all of them, but
not most of them are. The ones that I was engaging with because they were weird. Wait,
say it in English, Lucas.
This guy calls me.
I don't want them to miss.
This guy calls me to say, Lucas, I've got this fantasy. It was my regular. I've got this fantasy that I want to explore with you, right? Please come. And I'm thinking, already fantasy.
Yeah.
I ask him, what's the fantasy? He says, I want to strip you naked. Strip. I'm thinking it's the usual. When I get to his house, right, I find a small chair. See me moki. You see those gym things?
Yeah.
I'm it's a fantasy, by the way. He ties me up there. And I bet he says, I'm going to spank you, right? And when I shatter you, you just call my name. That's the drill. I'm thinking, my chankora. Money.
How much did he promise to pay you for that?
With each bite, the 1,000, by the way, call it grips. Which is each. It's 1,000.
Yeah.
Was it not
painful?
Painful. Of course it was painful, but because of the price.
Were you screaming?
I'm screaming from what I'm in pain. I don't like this nonsense. I don't like this shit. You are hurting me, person. I want to be to Mulungu. You know when they say a blesser will give you the money and you'll pay for it.
Yeah.
I paid. I still have got this scars here even today.
Because of the big
shambok. It was a shambok, man.
It was a shambok, not a rope.
With me, I'm thinking it's just a spanker that you normally use. It was a shambok.
He
tied me up there. He ties me up there. He made sure. I'm naked, by the way, right in his garage. I'm thinking, maybe I'm gonna dance for him, you know. That's me trying to come with a fantasy. I'm thinking I'm gonna dance for him there, and they're just gonna throw money like the Nigerians do. And he likes the drill of seeing me in pain. For him,
he's off. He's getting off of that.
For him, he feeds off that pain. That's the certification. As he shambox me, I'm like, I stay like a bedroom. I'm talking about how to speak. How
many?
Give me like 5. Yeah, but I've got this dark mark here from the shambok. So such things that I did when I was still on my early 20s.
Yeah.
That's a lot, man.
Yeah.
That's a lot. And today I look at myself and I say, what could you have done different? And I say at that time, nothing, because I was faced with situations that need me to come with solutions.
Yeah.
And the nearest solution was just for me to be a bad whore. And now, I always see this video on Facebook where people post and say, at your most retired age, when you say, I retire from being a whore, I want to be a child of God and now and settle down and focus and start afresh, they deal with you. Your mistakes, early 20s,
yeah,
cash
they start
up.
coming back.
When you are on your late 20s, now I've got my life all figured out at this present moment, right? I've got my life all figured out. I've got direction. I'm disciplined. I'm groomed. I'm just a child of God. I've repented. I've confessed all my sins, right? I was born again, right? But now, is it karma? And you know why I'm saying this, right? Because I recently got married. And when everything happened, I asked myself, could this be karma?
You know, we are going to get to that. We are going to talk about your marriage, right?
Okay.
But I want you to also just walk us through. You did say that, you know, at age 26, you lost everything. What happened? So,
spiritual confusion, right? I've got this gay friend of mine who's a Sangoma. So with me, I grew up in So we don't use muti. You know, when they say the power of word works, go to that church.
Yeah.
When they say the power of hearing and believing and manifesting and affirming and believing that God will do for you what you cannot do for yourself, go to the Demosis church. You'll see that. I'm in this church. Not the devil took me out of church. Devil took me out of church. In a form of a friend. Run
away from friends.
This one took me in church. The Sangoma, he calls me. He says, Lucas, I used to love Owamie a lot. And I loved Owamie on one reason. She's authentic. She's raw. She's genuine, right? I always posted her. I've never consulted. I've always posted her. That gay friend of mine saw Owamie. Where's the hamburger? Chomi, come see me on this weekend. I go there. I'm working at that time. My life is going well. I'm now into the banking space. I'm into fraud.
Chomi, what do you mean I'm into fraud?
I'm a fraud specialist. I'm not a fraudster.
You are now working
in a fraud department. Okay. You are. Yeah. So about that. What's that? What's talking about Dlangula? Good talking about how Dlangula, all fraudster. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, let me go there, right, and hear him out. Because my friend, this is a friend that spoke positivity into my life. This is the friend that affirmed me greatness. I go to him. He says, I'm selling Igubu. 7.5. I'm thinking, friend, what are these Igubu for? I don't know. These are just spiritual Scubu. You see a button at how it is built.
Yeah.
That thing with beads.
Oh yes, it's Scubu.
It's Scubu.
Yeah.
I wonder why it's Zulu, but it's Scubu.
Yeah.
I buy that for 7.5, right? And it says, because you're a male, this Scubu is a female Scubu. So you have to buy them really two, a male and a female, so they can have a spiritual relationship and give you money.
Yeah.
Right? I buy those.
So 14,000 now.
14,000 now, man, is not a problem, darling.
Okay.
So I'm thinking to myself, Chomi, what are they going to do to me? Our friend, you are working, right? But they're just going to elevate your life. They're going to enhance your life. They're going to attract positivity. They're going to attract money. In a room full of people, when they're saying now they're attenders, they'll take Lucas Mudiba.
Yeah.
In a room full of people, if there's a job offer, they're going to take Lucas Mudiba. When you are saying, I need money now, money will come.
Hey.
But how? And I cannot white men, they'll give you more money. But I've left being a prostitute now. I'm now a child of God. Call them. Before that, this is the process, right? You just take this group and you say, money know me, money recognizing money come my way. You affirm the money to come your way. And mind you, because this is witchcraft, there's a black lipstick on my mouth.
So you're supposed to be putting a black lipstick.
Yes,
those are the...
and something to stare in these things, man. And now because this thing I'm married, I have to stare the wife and stare the husband. I'm staring them. I'm thinking how money will come my way. The confidence it gave me. Once when I got to work, I felt like I was the head of department.
Like, boss, you're fired.
I felt like I was the head of department. The confidence those group gave me. I'm looking for money, right? I'm thinking how money is going to come, job promotion is going to come, and they also gave me some money to throw promotion. I lost God there. Hey. That is where I hit rock bottom. I lost God and my grandparents' stations there. I'm thinking as I'm when you on a freeway, I go to a rich friend, a rich cousin.
That will be Lucas.
I even changed on my Facebook and like when you're looking for a rich cousin, I'm here. Because I've got my spiritual scopes to bring me money. Yo! Show me, I saw dust.
Hey.
That.
Your problems actually started there.
They escalated. You know, at work I was frustrated. Everyone hated me. My boss couldn't stand my voice. He was disgusted by me. Rather having money, I lost money. And because now when I'm at work, I'm not getting that fulfillment now, right? I resigned. I'm resigning because I've got my own two people that are supposed to bring me money. Now they're going to work for me.
You know, Musa, I don't even have to take this. I'm about to
they're here.
Yo.
They never brought anything into my life, those gubus. I stared them day in, day out. And now because I've resigned, I'm going back into hooking up now. And I'm thinking when I meet this client,
they're going to give you a lot of money.
And I speak with them. I'm going to meet so. All in 10,000 guys. I'm going to meet so.
They wouldn't give you money now?
No money came my way.
But you would still do the act.
I did the rituals. I spoke with them. I gave them the command. That's wherein I noticed that as a child of God, I don't have the power to command traditional things. However, my power lies within God.
Do you not think, do you think maybe? Because I feel like, okay, if these two gubus came and they don't work, nothing, then your life was supposed to just continue the way it was. But from you, it was like instead of, it didn't stay. Do you understand? Maybe what if he gave you two things to put your life down?
I thought of that as well, right? Now I embarked on a sangoma spree. When I heard there's a healer at this side, I would go, right? And now I've resigned. I no longer have a source of income. There's no money. I'm the sole breadwinner. There's no money for them anymore. There's no money for me anymore. I'm thinking, what am I going to do? Now I need a job, right? I reached out to another friend. He said, show me, there are these people from Zimbabwe who wear white things.
White garments.
Go there.
Yeah, they will help you.
I went there. They gave me stones. So I'm trying to show you the kind of a person that I am spiritually and the child of a God that I am. That God, that root works for other people, but not just for you, Lucas.
Yeah.
That was the lesson from that chapter of my life. I went to those people, they gave me stones, right? And that's because you're looking for a job with the stones. When you see these big companies, by the security guard, just command the stone. Within 3 days, I'm on beach and you throw it. I did that. Took those stones, I bought with them. Now I went to these gates, these beautiful companies that going to move this money and commanded within 3 days, they're going to give me a job and they're going to call me here for an interview and I'm going to pass it immediately and I'm going to get that the employment contract. And when we're going to the negotiation room, I'm going to negotiate the highest money and the money should come to me. throw it in. They come right in Shebil. Where's our booty? Get out, sorry, booty. Those are the security guards, right? But I'm on a spiritual spree because I need to get myself settled. Still no call came back.
Did you pay for those loans?
No, they're free. Those churches are free. Those Zimbabwean churches are free.
Oh.
But what I'm saying is that this Gupu, he gave me the right things. Because I also took my brother-in-law, who's a carpentry. So, to build his business, right? I saw him traka kadilo, kadi tafula, and everything, right?
Things for him did go well.
Did go well.
not
That guy
you.
works.
Okay.
Just not me. That is where now I hit the rock bottom. It was because of the spiritual confusion, the misalignment, me walking away from God and now saying, I am the powerful, I'm the mighty He, and I can command the plans to do this for me. And of course, those things works for other people, just not for me. So I guess the lesson from that was just spiritual awakening.
Yeah.
Hence now, years later on, when I got married and there was muti in my relationship, I was able to say, I've been in this journey before.
And it does not work.
For me, it does not work.
But let's get to that now.
Yes.
Let's talk about your marriage.
Yeah. Hey. Oya muntu kana wanshonisa bad. Wanshonisa na mukombo bone. Oy marriage. It was an embarrassment of a wedding of 13 days.
13 days.
It embarrassed me.
Let's talk. How did you meet your ex? Are you divorced now?
Well, do we amend when I'm a divorcee?
You're a divorcee?
Yeah.
Okay. How did you meet your ex-husband?
So, right now, at this present moment, I'm a businessman, right?
Okay.
I'm a founder of InTo Outsourcing Services. I do amazing CV revamps, business plans, PR and marketing, job staffing solutions, and web developments.
Okay.
So I'm on LinkedIn. It's a normal day. I'm advertising. I'm in Preston. I'm seated. I'm thinking, let me publish, get myself out there. An inbox comes through from this guy saying, hi, can you go on WhatsApp? I'm thinking it's a client. There's money now. Oversize just just nasilo se batla tšhelete ele ya kgwebo ele ke post le I'm a businessman is thinking there's money here, I'm going to eat through him. He comes on my LinkedIn, right, because he's seeing I've ventured into a business, right? He's thinking this man is stable, this man there's money, and he's been following my life because he's been stalking me and reacting to everything that I posted.
Okay.
He comes on my WhatsApp, we speak, we explore to meet. He sends me fake everything about it. Nothing was true.
What do you mean fake? Like fake?
Fake impression of himself.
Okay.
Who he is as a person, what he does for a living, including where he stays. Sends me fake employment contracts, fake CVs that has got me as a reference for the company checks that it's even. He lied so much. We go to the same church, so he says, I've never seen my church, by the way. He says, we go to the very same church. I want to be with you. And at this time and round, I've grown, I've established myself. I'm ready to settle. Everything seems so fine. I'm staying just down the road in Brighton. I'm in a healing journey.
Okay.
Because of those left traumas, right? Now I've healed myself. I'm stable. I want a partner, man. I want to settle with someone. And we meet on a date. I go with my friend. I meet this guy. He's interesting. He looks so decent. But now this is the trick. The tricky part. He tells me all the things that I need to hear. He affirms me. He confirms me. He declares me. He approves me. Validates me. Gives me the attention. And I'm like, what it all? This is God sent. This one is God sent. Hunting Pujish. An agent of the devil that was sent himself to come to my life and cause misery only. There was no godness in my marriage. It was from trauma to trauma, misery to misery. But when you were each and every week, 10 past 4, it was me each and every week. That guy lied so well. That guy lied so innocently. That guy looked at me in the eyes and looked me straight in the eyes and said, I love you. I want to be with you. You're the man I've been looking for. I want to settle with you, Lucas. Let's start a family. Let's even stay in together. He played with my psychological being. Little do I know that he's saying, let's come and stay in together because he's got nowhere to stay. He's homeless. He wants a venue out of me. Right? And I'm thinking, Lucas, you have never been loved this way. No one has ever told you that they love you in the longest of time. No one has ever affirmed you this way. And when I said I'm a businessman, let me see what the business is about. He got himself engaged in the business and involved. He's amazing. I don't want to lie to you about this one. Business-wise, he's amazing because he's got a positive attitude. He came with theory, and I gave him the practical. I taught him how to do the work. I showed him everything, right? And what I liked about him was that every time when I said, please revamp this CV for me, when it came in correctly and not well formatted, and I said, no, baby, restructure it. Put this here, do this here. He had that learning spirit. And I thought, God sent.
This
one is God sent.
We're gonna run this world together.
This one is God sent. That was my life. He comes into my life. I now engage him in my business, right? I gained the trust. We went on dates. My husband looks beautiful. Oh, that guy looked hot in a suit. That guy looked hot in a suit and spoke English and said, I'm coming from work. Send me money for lunch. Let's meet at 12. And he came to Santin at 12. Guess what? Can't he got into a taxi and got off there by Alexandra and walked all the way to Santin to meet me?
Tommy, I'm sorry.
Can't he walked all the way from Alexandria? Because he walked all the way from Alexandria.
Was he not sweaty?
I feel like that thing of I'm running back to work, right? Let's quickly buy food, let's eat and cash up and go back.
And who would pay when you guys are buying?
I used my card. I've never ate that guy's money. I don't even know his 2 rand.